It began, as these things often do, with a dare. Four friends, Lena, Mark, Jess, and Theo, had known each other since high school. Every summer for the past 6 years, they'd reunited for a getaway. Cabins, beaches, cheap motels on winding mountain roads. It was tradition. But this year, Theo suggested something different. He sent them a link late one night. The listing had no price and no contact information, just a single line. Echo House. Stay the night and hear yourself like never before. Attached were grainy photos. A Victorian-style house choked in ivy, its windows black, its angles just slightly off. Lena responded first. "This looks fake." Jess followed. "Or cursed." Theo only sent back a smiley face. Mark, who loved horror movies but hated actually being scared, replied last. "Let's go." Part 2. Arrival. The road was barely a road, just 2 narrow tracks carved into the forest. Fog seeped from between the trees as if the earth were exhaling. The GPS gave up a mile back, replaced by an endless spinning wheel. They saw the house at the crest of a hill. It loomed. The driveway was gravel, though no tire marks cut through it. When Lena stepped out of the car, the air smelled old, like mildew, damp earth, and dust that hadn't been disturbed in decades. "Charming," Jess muttered. The front door creaked open at their touch. Inside, the house was cold, though there were no broken windows, no drafts. Furniture sat in place, cloaked in yellowed sheets. Picture frames hung askew on the walls, except every photo was blank. The staircase groaned when they climbed it, and upstairs they found 4 bedrooms, each made up as if waiting for guests. They set up flashlights, snacks, and an emergency exit plan. They weren't stupid, but they didn't leave. Not yet. Part 3. Midnight. They lit candles in the living room and tried to make it fun. Drinks, ghost stories, Theo's Bluetooth speaker playing atmospheric music. But at midnight, the music stopped. Not paused, not silenced. Stopped. As if the signal had never existed. They exchanged nervous glances. Lena, half joking, said, "Okay, let's test the legend. This house is stupid." Nothing. Then, 30 seconds later from upstairs, "This house is stupid." A different voice, male, raspy, cold. Jess sat up. "Was that a recording?" They waited. A long silence followed. Theo stood, grabbed a flashlight and said, "Someone's messing with us." Part 4. The footprints. Upstairs, the hallway was empty. Dust lay thick across the floorboards, except for a line of footprints leading to the farthest door. Lena froze. "Are those wet?" Mark knelt to touch one. His fingers came back sticky, red, not water, blood. The footprints stopped at a closed door. No light seeped out from under it. Theo reached for the handle. "Wait," Jess hissed. "What are you doing?" "It's a prank," he said, trying to sound braver than he felt. "Someone's hiding in there." He opened the door. The room inside was empty, not dusty, not old, just clean. New paint, fresh bed, no windows. And on the far wall, scrawled in charcoal, were the words, "We hear you." The door slammed shut behind them. Part 5. The Loop. They sprinted downstairs. But something was wrong. The stairs twisted into a hallway, then a kitchen, then a bedroom. No front door, no exit, only doors, hallways, staircases, spiraling deeper and deeper. "We're going in circles," Mark shouted. Jess pointed to the grandfather clock they passed 3 times. "No, we're going down. Look at the time. It resets." Each room was darker than the last. The walls changed texture. Wood became stone, then something, damp, breathing. Then Theo vanished. He was there, then gone. His flashlight clattered to the floor, spinning wildly. A second later, they heard his voice from all directions. "Guys, guys, where are you?" It wasn't him. Not really, because his voice repeated the same words over and over, as if the house were learning it, memorizing it. "Guys, guys, where are you? Guys, guys, where are you?" Lena turned in a panic, and Jess was gone too. Part 6. The heart of the house. Mark and Lena found the main hall again, only now it had no furniture, no chandelier, Just long, endless walls pulsing gently like lungs. The floor squelched underfoot. They didn't speak. They didn't dare. Then, from the walls, their own voices. "We have to break a wall. Break a wall. Break!" They ran. The house moved with them. Doors shifted. Floors tilted. Paintings bled down the walls. Mark screamed Lena's name, and the house repeated it. But not how he said it. It was how she said it. When they were kids, when she was scared. It was a moment no one else could know. But the house knew. The house didn't echo sound. It echoed memory. Part 7. The Exit. The house never stopped shifting. After Jess vanished, Lena and Mark barely had time to process it. They kept moving, through impossible rooms, staircases that looped back on themselves, mirrors that reflected people who weren't there. The air grew thick, humid. The walls began to bleed. Theo's voice still echoed around them, repeating lines he'd spoken hours ago. Sometimes the voice sounded almost normal. Other times it came through the walls like a scream muffled by flesh. Mark was losing it. He started whispering to something they couldn't see. "It's trying to show us the way," he said once. "We just have to listen." Lena shook him. "Snap out of it. We have to get out." But Mark pulled away. "I think I know how. I just need to stay here a little longer." He backed into the shadows and was gone before Lena could stop him. She ran, flashlight battery dying, lungs burning. Somewhere in the walls, she heard Mark's voice. "Just a little longer." Then a scream. Then nothing. She kept moving. Hours passed, maybe days. The house didn't let her sleep. Doors pulsed open like wounds. Sometimes she'd find a hallway full of mirrors. Sometimes a room full of her friends' old things. Theo's camera, Jess's journal, Mark's old hoodie. Objects the house had no way of knowing. It wasn't just mimicking their voices anymore. It was feeding on them. Then one day, if it was a day, she found Theo, or what was left of him. He was sitting in a chair in a white room, eyes wide open, smiling. Dead. His mouth was filled with paper, torn out notebook pages with words written over and over. "Let us out. Let us out. Let us out." She screamed, ran again. Lena didn't know how she got out. She remembers a door, a long hallway of red light, a voice whispering something she couldn't understand. She remembers crawling, her fingers digging into floorboards that felt like skin. Then, light. Part 8. The Survivor. She woke up on a dirt road, barefoot, covered in dried blood and soot. Her voice was hoarse from screaming. A passing truck nearly hit her. The driver, a man in his 60s, pulled over and wrapped a blanket around her shoulders. She said nothing, just stared at the trees. The authorities searched the forest. No house, no structure, just twisted trees and mossy ground. They found her friend's DNA in the woods, pieces of clothing, broken electronics, scraps of Jess's journal, but no bodies. They questioned Lena for days. She told them what she could. Eventually, they let her go. Epilogue. Lena. Years later, Lena lived alone. She didn't date, didn't answer unknown numbers. She kept her apartment cold and silent, refusing to listen to music or podcasts or anything with a human voice. But sometimes, just as she fell asleep, she'd hear them. Jess, Theo, Mark, not screaming, not angry, just calling. Lena. One night she played a voicemail from an unknown number. At first nothing, just static. Then quietly, "You made it out." She dropped the phone. From the hallway mirror, her reflection didn't move. And then, silence.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily scary stories, and I'll see you all tomorrow.